Hi everyone, welcome to another Power City Post, where we answer your questions about Niagara Falls. Well, there's no time to dilly-dally, let's just dive straight on in. Our first question today comes from Coy in Texas, and their question was, are there boating activities around Niagara Falls? Now you may remember in our last episode, I told you the story of Roger Woodward, a 7-year-old boy who had survived going over Niagara Falls and was pulled out of the water by the Maid of the Mist. The Maid of the Mist is a boat ride here in Niagara Falls that has been in operation since 1846. Since 2020, they've been operating all-electric vessels, the first of their kind in North America. And here on the American side, that is your go-to tour for a boat up to the Horseshoe Falls. Now, beyond the falls itself, there are plenty of boating options. Our personal favorites are fishing charters along the lower Niagara River, or if you're more adventurous, we would always recommend the Whirlpool jet boat that takes you through the Class 5 waters approaching the Niagara Whirlpool. Definitely an adventure to check out. Our next question comes from Emily in Ohio. And Emily asked, can you get married at Niagara Falls? Emily, not only can you get married in Niagara Falls, but so many people do get married in Niagara Falls. Of course, we always talk about Jim and Pam on The Office. That's sort of the stereotype Hollywood version. But I have seen people every day getting married. Some of my favorite weddings that I've seen are up at Prospect Point overlooking the American Falls. I saw one on the observation tower with that beautiful panoramic view. And people have even gotten married on the Maid of the Mist boat. It is important to remember, though, that you will have to bring your own pastor as well as your own paperwork, as unlike the Hollywood version, the Maid of the Mist captains are not certified to perform a wedding. They're a little busy operating a boat. Our final question for today comes from Crystal in Texas. And Crystal asked, are the falls salt water or spring water? Where does the water come from? And why does it seem endless? Can I take some home with me? Crystal, I love this question. This is an amazing question. This allows me to tell you about thousands upon thousands of years of history here in Niagara Falls. And to answer your question, it's neither. It's not salt water, it's not spring water. It is fresh water, but it doesn't come from a spring. It actually comes from the Great Lakes, which were formed thousands of years ago when the last ice age melted. It created our 5 Great Lakes. And most of that water is flowing along the Great Lakes system and goes into Lake Erie. From there, it reaches a 35-mile stretch of water known as the Niagara River. And about halfway through that river is, of course, Niagara Falls. From there, that fresh water continues down to Lake Ontario and eventually out into the Atlantic Ocean where it mixes with the salt water. But this water is glacial melt water. It's not formed by a natural spring. It just exists in large volume and is replenished through the rain cycle. And this water, you have to remember, is a ton of water. It's 1/5 of the world's liquid freshwater. That's right. 20% of the world's liquid freshwater is flowing through the Great Lakes system. And that water is going over Niagara Falls at a rate of between 600 and 750,000 gallons of water per second. And can you take some home with you? Well, of course. I wouldn't recommend reaching your arm over a railing to try to grab it from the 30-mile-per-hour waters, but you definitely can pull it anywhere in the river. And our tap water supply is a purified form of water from the Niagara River. So you could technically even drink Niagara Falls. Just whatever you do, don't drink it straight from the river. Now, those are all of our questions for today, folks. It was great having you here. Remember that you can send in your questions to media@exploreniagarausa.com for a chance to have them answered here at Power City Post. I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful time, and most importantly, plan that trip to Niagara Falls. It's only a dream away. Bye, folks.